Yo guys, I'm back with another Minecraft tutorial, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to build this modern house. So this is actually a house that I built a few years back on like the PlayStation 3, but I just decided to make a more updated version of it because I personally still think, at least back when I made houses, like I think it had to have at least been 3 years ago. Back when I made houses then, I feel like this is still one of my best houses that I ended up making, so I decided to go ahead, make an updated version of it, and do a tutorial for it. So the house has 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. So it has a garage towards the front side of the house, and in the backyard I decided to add a pool and a trampoline. But now let's go ahead and get right into building it. Alright, so if you want just the house itself, then from left to right, you're going to want 38 blocks, and from front to back, you're going to want 33. Then, if you want everything around the build, which basically just includes the front yard and the backyard, then from left to right, you're still only going to need 38 blocks, and then from front to back, you're now going to need 51. So keep in mind, you should have 9 spaces of grass at the front side of the build, and then 7 spaces of grass at the back side. Alright guys, like always, I'll be starting at the front side of the build, and for part 1, I'll probably just bring up all of the walls for the first floor of the house, so we're going to get the overall shape for the house and bring up the walls for the first floor. So you want to grab some pillar quartz blocks, gray concrete, white stained glass panes, quartz stairs, dark oak fences, blocks of iron, and then tripwire hooks. So we're going to be starting at the front right side of the shape. You want to make sure to grab your pillar quartz block. I'm going to go from the corner right here for the outer shape, and I'm going to count towards, like, I guess like the back, 23 blocks. So starting right here is the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and then 23. Now you just want to go over to the left 1, and then you can place your pillar quartz block. So that is just going to mark out where we're going to be starting the house. So this is the front right hand corner of the house. So just make sure you're at the right side like that. I'm looking at it from the front. So there we go. Okay, you can then switch to your gray concrete, go back where we left off. You can then go behind this pillar quartz block and place 7 gray concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Switch back to your pillar quartz block and place 1 here at the end. So I'm at the right side of the building. Then we're going to go behind this pillar that we just placed, or like kind of, let's see, if we're looking at it from the right side, it's going to be from this side of the pillar, and we're going to place 2 like that. So I'll go back up to the front. You just made like an L shape kind of. We just went off to the left. Then you want to go behind this second block and place another 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch back to your pillar quartz block and place 1 right here in the corner. So you should be right here on the edge of the smaller square, so the inner square. So from the right side of the build, it should look like this. Then if I go back up to the front, we are at the right side, and we just kind of made like a little squiggly line like that. Alright guys, now I'm at the back side of the build, so from this angle the shape should be looking like this. You can then switch to your gray concrete, go to the right side of this pillar where we left off and place another 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Switch back to your pillar quartz block, place 1 right here. Switch back to your gray concrete, go behind that pillar and place 3. Then go to the right side of that gray concrete and place 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can skip over 4 spaces. And then on the 5th block and 6th block, you can place 2 more here. Switch back to your pillar quartz block and place 1. So I'll go back. Let's see, what did we do? We filled in 6 right there, placed a pillar, brought it back 3, then starting right here, we placed 7 to the right, skipped over 4, placed 2, and then placed another pillar. So from up above at the back side of the build, basically, it should be looking like this. Next, switch back to your gray concrete, go behind this pillar quartz block where we left off, place another 3 behind it, then go to the right and place another 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Switch back to your pillar quartz block and place 1 right there in the corner. So we basically have the entire back side of the house all done, and then we have like this side over here. So if you're looking at it from the front, that's actually like the right side of the building. Once again, this is the back. So we have that side right there, and then we have to do the front, and it'll eventually just meet up with that pillar once again. Alright guys, so right there is the back side of the build. So I just went from here over to like the right side, and I'm gonna go behind this pillar right here. Switch to your gray concrete. We're gonna go towards the front side of the build, and we're gonna place 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. You can then switch to your pillar quartz block, place 1 right here in the corner. So you should still have a grass block remaining, and then the line for the shape, for the inner shape. So we worked our way back up to the front, so it is looking like this. Alright, so like I said, we're back up at the front side of the build. You can switch to your gray concrete, go to the right side of this pillar and place 2. Switch to your blocks of iron, go in 1 block, so from the corner of the second block, and you can place 7 going towards the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Switch back to your gray concrete, go back out again and place 2. Switch to your pillar quartz block and place 1 right there in the corner. Real quick, just to get it out of the way, we'll put our tripwire hook down here at the bottom, right in the middle. So we could actually just get rid of that now. We are not going to be needing that, at least not until we get to the interior. So this is going to be the garage door. And yeah, we'll just leave it at that for now. We'll bring it up in a second. But anyways, we have the garage door area done. So that is going to be at the front side of the build, and it's looking like that. Okay, so switch back to your gray concrete. We're going to go behind this pillar quartz block. And we want to place 3, kind of like going towards the back. Then you could go to the right of that and place 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Switch back to your pillar quartz block, place 1 right here. Then go behind that with your gray concrete and place 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then to the right of that, you could place another 4. Skip over 2 and then place 2 more here until you meet up with the pillar that we started at. So we have the entire shape for the house done. So I'm basically looking at it from the front side and from up above, and this is what the entire shape of the house is looking like. Okay guys, so I'm going to start bringing up the walls for the first floor of the house, and that'll probably be all we do for part 1. So I'm going to start just like right in the middle for this bigger section right here at the front side, and I'm going to switch to my gray concrete, And starting right here, we'll place 1, 2, 3. Alright, and then we're going to switch to our white stained glass panes, and we're going to have a 4-block wide window there. Switch back to your gray concrete, place 3 here. Then you can switch back to your white stained glass panes, and we're going to have a 2-block wide window there. Switch back to your gray concrete and place 2. We'll go ahead and bring up the pillar as well. So let's add another 3 layers of glass on top of this that we already brought up, or that we brought across. Like that, so it's 3 in total. Alright, then we'll go on each side, and we'll add an extra 3 layers of gray concrete. So it's just 1 block higher than the glass. Then we'll bring up this pillar as well. Then we'll have upside down quartz stairs above the glass for the windows. Then we'll just add an additional layer of gray concrete on top of all of this, and 1 more block of pillar. So that is just like the middle section right there. And we could go ahead and bring up this section of 2 spaces with gray concrete and our pillar as well. We'll bring up these blocks of gray concrete, and we'll do the same on this side. So we'll bring up this section as well as the pillar. Alright, let's switch to our blocks of iron, and we're going to add 2 more layers on top of the blocks that we placed. Then we'll just skip up, we'll leave a gap here, add an extra layer like that. So we're just leaving a big empty space here. You can switch to your white stained glass panes, and we're going to add a strip straight across. Alright, if you wanted to, you can maybe just have a block right here in the middle, maybe have some extra blocks here on each side. That is up to you if you want to add a little bit of extra designs for the windows and the garage door. But what I'm going to do is just leave it as a straight strip of glass like that. Then I'm going to add 1 more layer going straight across of gray concrete above that door. So this is the front side of the house right now with some of the walls brought up. Okay, so this is where we left off. I'm going to go kind of like to the right side. Behind is this pillar right here in the corner, and we're going to bring up another window here. So we're going to fill in 2 spaces of gray concrete here on the left. Is that we're going to do 3 here on the right. Then, as you can see, we're left with 2 spaces in the middle. So that means we're going to have a 2-block wide window that is 3 blocks in height, with 2 upside down quartz stairs and 2 blocks of gray concrete. Alright, for this section, it's going to be a little bit different. So this is like the front door, so this is the entrance to the house. It's going to be like a little entrance right here. And the ceilings are going to be really, really tall. So we're going to add a strip, just like 1 layer, like 1 block of gray concrete right there. We're going to do the same on that side. Then, like I said, this is our front door. We'll bring up these 2 spaces. Then we'll do our front door real quick. So we're going to have 3 spaces from the bottom. So we have 1, 2, 3. So on the 4th layer, we're going to have 2 upside down quartz stairs. We're going to go to the right side. We're going to place 3 white stained glass panes, curve the top, curve the bottom, and a dark oak fence for the handle. Then an extra 2 layers of gray concrete above that. So that is our front door. Then, like I said, it's going to be a little bit different here since we have really tall ceilings. So this window is going to be 6 blocks in height instead of 3 like this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Like that. Then we'll go ahead and just add a layer wrapped around the glass like this for the window. And then we actually have to add upside down quartz stairs above that window. Then we'll add another layer of gray concrete. My bad, I almost forgot the quartz stairs like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just leave it just like that because we have the roof, which is going to be just like kind of arching. So it's going to start a little bit lower, and it's just going to arch its way up to the top. So I believe this section here is like 1 block lower than this one. So I'm just going to leave it as it is, and we'll worry about that when we actually start doing the roof. Real quick, let's go ahead and just bring up this pillar to the same height as this gray concrete here. Then we're going to work our way over to this wall here. And we're going to add 2 layers of gray concrete like that. Then we should have 3 spaces remaining in the middle. So it should be another window that's the same height as that one. So 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, hang on, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. So it should be the same height as that one. It's just 3 blocks wide instead of 2. Then we'll just bring up some gray concrete. We'll leave it 1 block higher than the glass. Then we'll have 3 upside down quartz stairs along the top. Then we'll bring up our pillars. And then we'll add another layer of gray concrete and then some blocks of pillars once again. And it looks like we are going to bring up this section here. So I'll go ahead and do that. And yeah, I believe the roof is going to like start 1 block higher than this actually. And then we're going to start arching it up, and then the layer will just be like added right here. So I'm thinking, since I already know how the roof is going to be, if we start it right here, so I'm just going to add an additional layer on top of this, so we don't have to worry about it later. So as you can see, we have our windows that are 6 blocks in height. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we have our quartz and then 2 layers of gray concrete on top of that. So we have that section. That's like the entrance to the house. So then we'll work our way back here. And it looks like we could go ahead, switch to our gray concrete. We're going to fill in this little section here. Alright, then this section back here is going to be a bathroom. So we're not going to actually have any windows back here. And we're just going to have a small 1 block wide window here. So we could fill in 2 spaces at the left. Bring it all the way up. Oh wait, you know what? This isn't going to be brought all the way up. The only section that's actually going to be brought up that tall is this section right here for the entrance of the house. So we'll leave it right there. Let's just bring up our window first. So 3 layers of white stained glass panes, then quartz stairs, then we'll bring up some more gray concrete and add 1 layer on top of it for now. So it should be looking like that. You know what? Because I know the roof is going to be brought across here, we'll add 1 more layer. So we left 2 spaces above the window, and the window is 3 blocks in height. Then the rest of this wall is just going to be a solid wall of gray concrete. Then we could switch to our pillar quartz block, bring up the pillar for the corner there. Like I said, this wall is going to be a solid wall of gray concrete. Then we'll bring up this pillar right here, and that will completely fill in this wall. Alright, so that's looking good. Now I believe right here I had a window that matched up with the front. So we could just add 2 layers of gray concrete here at the left side. Then we'll have 3 layers of white stained glass panes that are 2 blocks wide. Then upside down quartz stairs. And then we'll fill in the rest of the gray concrete. Okay, so back here, instead of having a 4 block wide window like we did at the front, this is going to be a back door leading out to the backyard. So we could add 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of white stained glass panes. We'll bring up this gray concrete to the same height as the rest of the walls like that. Then upside down quartz stairs along here. 4 more layers of white stained glass panes on the right side. We'll curve out the bottom and then the 2 at the top. Skip the second one. Then we have our handles with dark oak fences. Then we can switch back to our gray concrete and add 2 layers on top of this back door. Then right here, we're going to bring up our pillar quartz block for the corner. Then we'll fill in this little gap here. Alright. And then back here we had a bedroom. So we'll add 2 spaces of gray concrete here at the left side. And then we'll add 2 spaces here at the right side. Alright, is that we're going to skip over 2 on each side. So we'll have 3 blocks in the middle. So we're going to have 2 2-block wide windows. I believe that's how I had it, right? Let me go back and check. Oh man, you see how I can't run? Alright, yeah, that's how it is. Okay. So yeah, instead of just like cutting the video, I think it's just easier to basically leave it as uncut as possible. So we'll bring that straight up. Then we'll add 3 layers of white stained glass panes. So yeah, guys, let me know if you like how I just continue going and leave it as uncut as I can. Or if you like me to like, cut the clip every single time I basically fill in a wall. So like right here, I would fill in this wall and then I would cut to the next clip. Or should I just like wrap around here and just continue doing how I was doing it without cutting the video whatsoever? Then we're going to have 2 upside down quartz stairs. Then our layers of gray concrete. Okay. Then we're going to fill in our pillar quartz block here. Then the final wall that we have left is just this wall for the garage. And then we're going to have a bedroom kind of like at the back, like behind the garage. So we'll go up above, looking at it from the front side, and this is what we brought up so far. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to add another layer on top of this section here since we never did that. So I'm going to start here, just add 1 extra layer on top of this, and then we're going to stop it where we left off. So just go all the way around. And we'll stop it there. So we just have this little section at the left side if you're looking at it from the front. So once again, it is looking like this. Alright guys, so for this section here, we're going to switch to our gray concrete. Go from where the garage door is. We're going to place 2 blocks here. Bring it up to the same height as everything else. Then we're going to have a 2-block wide window. We're going to fill it in 3 spaces. Have another 2-block wide window. And we'll go ahead and bring this up. So it's going to be 3 blocks in height. Alright, we'll fill all of this in. Then our upside down quartz stairs. And then just the rest of our gray concrete wrapped around this and filling in above the windows. Then we'll go to the back. We'll fill in 4 spaces from the pillar. Bring this up. And then we're going to have a 3-block wide window for the bedroom. So 1, 2, 3 block wide window. I believe that's how big it was, unless it was 4. I believe it was 3. Then upside down quartz stairs. And then 2 layers of gray concrete. And then we're going to fill in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more spaces of gray concrete. Alright. So now this wall is the final wall, and it should be looking like this. Okay guys, so like I said, we brought up all of the walls for the first floor of the house. That section is just a little bit taller. It is still like the first floor. It's just the entrance to the house. I decided to make it taller. And yeah, this is what we have so far. So in part 2, I'll probably be doing all of the roof, because most of this is just like 1 floor. So we're going to be covering up the roof for the first floor. Then we'll bring up the rest of the wall, so we have to bring up for the second floor. And then we'll probably cover up the second floor with the roof as well. So we'll have like the main exterior of the house done. Then all we'll have left to do is like the landscaping and stuff. And then we'll head on to the interior. But anyways, that is going to be it for part 1. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for part 1 on how to build this unique modern house. So be sure to let me know if you guys want to see more houses like this design. I don't think I've really ever seen a house like this on YouTube before, so I thought it would be a cool thing to do. Like I said, this is a house that I actually built like a few years back. I decided to just make like a more upgraded version, and yeah, I thought it was still like one of my better houses that I made back a few years ago. So like I said, I decided to make a tutorial on it. So let me know if you guys want to see more houses like this, and if this did help you, be sure to please leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in part 2. Later.
I'm alone, I'm a broken home. I gave you all the bricks that I own and know. I'm letting go, I'm breaking these walls down, breaking these walls down. If you want adventure, then fly to home. But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us?